Hello, and thank you for watching this Easter reflection. I was just thinking a couple of months ago, I had to write a reflection for a special Easter bulletin, and I had to write it back in February. So I was just reviewing it a little bit ago and realizing, oh my gosh, I wrote a page and a half about Easter, about resurrection, about the logical, reasons why we should believe in it and all that. And it's a great article. I don't think anybody's going to read it now that we're not going to have Easter together. And it was written 2 months before all of this stuff started happening, where everybody's staying at home. So the reflection, as good as it is, doesn't speak to the current circumstances that we're in. So I realize that now, as a current event, I'm thinking of Easter more like the way people describe death and resurrection sorts of thoughts. Like when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it could very well think life is over, I'm dead, nothing's going to happen. Next thing you know, this beautiful butterfly comes out. Had no idea to expect that. Or a baby growing in the womb has only an experience of life that is in the womb and knows life in no other way and can't even imagine. Suddenly this birth process is painful, it's scary, it's dark, all of a sudden there's light, there's all kinds of noise and things. And life outside the womb is significantly better than life inside the womb was, but there was no proof that that was going to be the case. There was no way to know in advance that this was coming. And that's the experience I think that we all have with death and what comes after. Would it be nice if we had a telegram, a postcard, an email, something that would tell us what's on the other side? But we don't have that. What we have is the eyewitness testimony of the apostles that say they know that Jesus died and 3 days later he rose again. Now, either you accept that testimony or you don't. But human experience tells us that resurrection is true because we experience it in so many big and little ways all during our lives. Easter is an important thing to celebrate. Even if you can't come to church, the truth is that Easter is something we have to celebrate because life without thinking that there's anything beyond it, I don't know if that's life, what kind of life that's worth living. Now, honestly, death is not a pleasant thing to think about. Even Jesus cried when his best friend Lazarus died, and that was just before he brought him back to life. Jesus cried in the Garden of Gethsemane. And even though he knew he was going to be raised from the dead, but there was still the experience of the pain, the imagination of what was coming next. All of that was still unpleasant. So it's not unreasonable that people fear death or try to find ways to prolong life as long as they can. But ultimately, we're all going to face this dark doorway. And yet, really, for us, it's not that dark. It doesn't have to be that dark. We call Good Friday good because we knew what happened on Easter Sunday. Otherwise, there'd be nothing good about it. And so when we look at our Easter time now, and as we look forward to coming back together again, which I assume will happen during the Easter season, we'll have a lot of reasons to sing Alleluia together. Now that our Lent is over and we've had the Lentiest Lent we've ever Lented, I think we're going to have the Easteriest Easter we've ever Eastered. Anyway, God bless you. Hope to see you soon.